Welcome to Valenaria Chronicles. This is episode 12, Pro Bono Liberation, which, as they've insisted, is not going to be pro bono.
It's going to be pro boner.
Wow, 5 seconds into the episode.
You're welcome.
I'm your DM, Joseph Dunlap, and now go ahead and sound off who you're playing.
I am Tristan, and I am playing Gaz, the elfin rogue.
I'm Zan. I'm playing Mahal, the dwarf fighter.
I'm Danielle. I'm playing Marcira, a half-elven druid monk.
And I am Bree. I'm playing Israel, a half-elf ranger.
And Derek will join us shortly, and he's playing Rook, the Paladin of Cord. So let's get a quick recap going on, so anyone tuning in that may have forgotten some of the past events will be caught up. First off, if you ever hear reference to the Heroes of Garson's Farm, that is the name that this group has been given by the township of Gamut up in the province of Had for, as they believe, slaying dragons, which is actually just doing battle with some kobolds. Wouldn't even call it a battle. They got a parade and everything.
I think it was an extermination.
Firing squad is what I like to call it. Well, since then, they got a parade, they mediated in some political issues, and now the town thinks they're going to deal with a vampire for free. So, after doing some research on the fact that vampires are a bit out of their league, they were approached by Narala, who is from a river village, who says, "You're heroes, you're going to help me liberate my family from an orc tribe, and the entire village, except for me, has been kidnapped. They are currently being used as slaves by the orc tribe. You are going to come with me, and you're going to help me liberate my family. Not because I'm paying you, because I'm not, although she did finagle them some sponsorships, but because it's the right thing to do in your heroes." So we have had this debate for a while now, whether this is going to be a pro bono liberation, or whether they will in fact be compensated.
First thing I said to her was, "We are not heroes."
Word gets around, apparently.
Good point.
Don't say that too loud.
We are not heroes. Heroes are mercenaries who don't know how to negotiate. We're mercenaries who do know how to negotiate.
One more thing that I want to add for anyone listening to the recap, because they want the juicy tidbits of things they've missed. They've been traveling between Gamut in the center of this map towards the village on the river directly south of Gamut. They are passing by the rolling hills right now for the past several days, and each day they have seen an increasing number of kobolds just sort of watching them with curiosity and scattering when they all shout, "Oi, step off."
Something I'm very good at shouting.
And that's where we've left
That
off.
isn't very good for a rogue.
Being able to shout?
Yeah, if you shout a lot as a rogue, you're not very stealthy.
I mean, I don't need to be stealthy all the time.
I think he knows when not to shout.
I don't sneak around in daylight. I don't sneak around in church.
Should I not be doing that stuff then?
I mean, I can't tell you how to live your life.
No one knows, but I've been going to church every day. They just don't know it.
I think that there's one person here who would be interested to know if that was the case.
Yeah,
Actually,
well, he's
I'd
not
be
here right now.
I'd be interested to know if that was the case, because we've been on the road, like, as far as I can tell, without any churches or settlements nearby for
A while?
a while. It's gonna be like, I think it was 4 or 5 days in total.
Hey, check this out.
Rolling hills.
Hey.
Ways. I see Frard with the wagon driver, and Narala, the human from River Community.
And Farard is a human.
Oh, he is. He's a Mahuman.
She's strong and independent and doesn't need your help, except that she does.
Yeah, hopefully by the time she's my age, she's got that straightened out.
Right, 93.
85.
Yeah, so we're roughly around here where I've got the mouse.
We haven't seen anything threatening besides the occasional kobolds.
Yeah,
Did
all you've been
we-
seeing is just kobolds.
Okay. If I roll spot, or any kind of intelligence or wisdom check, would I be able to determine if we're seeing, like, the same kobolds at different times, or if it seems to be, like, new kobolds that we're passing by?
It does not look like they're just following you. It just looks like any kobolds that happen to be in this area of the rolling hills has flocked as far west as they can so they can watch you pass by.
So they do look like they're doing this with some alacrity, with some eagerness.
Curiosity. Very, very strong curiosity. Like, what's this? Who are these people?
Do they carry obvious weapons?
Just the spear and sling outfit that they usually have.
Okay. And they're not brandishing these, they just seem to have them as part of their kit, like in case they need them.
Exactly. The way I was trying to describe it last week poorly was that it's something that they're used to holding, so they sort of hold it like a walking stick a lot of times.
Yeah. I mean, regardless of like how they're specifically holding it, I guess I'm just on the lookout for the difference between ready to use it and has it.
Correct. Nothing about it seems menacing or aggressive.
All right. Well, if they're going to just watch, then I don't mind them being there. You said today wasn't rainy like the previous 2 days.
Correct. It's been very nice weather today.
Cool.
That's nice.
Is that the sun? I forgot what it looked like.
Do.
I guess I'll just find a more open spot in the wagon and practice some dance moves.
Dancing on a moving wagon. Nice.
Yeah, I bet they've never seen that before.
Oh, you mean the kobolds?
I mean, anybody, but yeah, the kobolds.
I was going to ask everyone else, because this is a multi-day journey. We're a few days in. What are some things that you are thinking your character would want to be doing during this time? Conversations, tasks, things like that.
I feel like because Rook has consistently gone off with Zero to do fights, I would want to try to get to know her a little bit more and what she enjoys and why she enjoys those fights and all that. And also still wouldn't mind trying to do some hunting and survival stuff for us.
Okay, if you want to hunt, go ahead and make a survival check to find game.
Hopefully this goes better than last time. We're going after game, right? Oh, that's a lot better than last time. 18 plus 5, 23.
Okay, you have found adequate game. You found a few small rabbits as well as a small deer.
23-point buck.
48 points.
Yeah, but she only rolled a 23.
Thinking of the
Cool.
drunken hunter who kept upping the number.
Right?
162-point buck.
What? That's a big buck.
Yeah, it is.
You find a fair-sized young buck that you can probably, kill and bring back to the camp.
Cool.
So would you like to hunt it down and kill it?
So this is just what she finds,
yeah.
not what she catches. Okay.
Yes. Well, how do I kill it?
No, it's a good question. It was just really funny to hear it.
Then I will need you to make an attack roll with your longbow.
And that looks like it's okay, let's see here. Roll this one first. 14.
14 hits, roll your damage.
Sweet. I gotta pull out the correct dice here, because that's... Go. Damage is 7.
Okay, that's enough to kill it in one blow.
Yes. Alright. I contribute some food to the party.
Nice.
I was gonna say, can I actually drag him back? I'm good, strong enough for all that and shit.
Yes, that shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Okay, cool.
And you can go ahead and preserve that meat when it's camp time.
Sweet.
Oh, man. There's not going to be any dancing space on the wagon because it's all taken up by the deer.
Alright. Let's start it. I think... Yeah, I think that's it for now. Do you have a preferred time of day right now?
For what time it is right now?
Yeah.
If you're hunting, I would assume late afternoon. Especially since we already did sort of talk about how the day was unfolding last time.
Okay. Well, if that's the time of day, I wouldn't mind dragging it back, and coming back to the camp then.
Okay.
Are we camped though?
Yeah, I guess we can be camped if that's where everyone wants to be.
I mean, we would definitely have to stop if she got off the wagon to hunt.
Unless she's super fast. Gotta go fast.
I'm a half elf, but yeah.
Okay, so it's camp time.
All right.
Awesome. The sun is slowly setting. One thing I do want to say is we are coming off of a full moon, so it's a beautiful night.
I'm petting the dog.
Of course you're petting the dog. Hold on, dog time.
Stop. Doggy time.
Wait, there's the dog.
Oh, such a good boy.
She's a good boy.
They're all good boys.
He's a good girl.
How big is Winter again?
That big.
So Zira is 5'1", and I tried to get that scale right for a Pyrenees.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're big.
They are roughly 3 feet tall.
They're halfling sized, but bigger.
Yeah, probably way bigger.
2 halflings, because it's like a long halfling.
2 halflings this time.
Slide to the right.
Okay, so you're petting Winter. We're preserving some meat. That is going to amount to 10 days worth of rations.
Humongous. And it'll taste better.
Oh my.
Way better.
Does that mean that we have like a salt box on the wagon? That's great.
I would assume that there's got to be salt.
Wagon salt box is fine with me, especially if this is going to be the wagon, flagon wagon.
Oh, jeez.
My profession is technically herbalist, so I would also assume I had something or found something. So.
I mean, if Alex was here, he could bring the salt.
Yeah.
Tell him I'm talking about him, so come listen.
I missed that salt.
I was re-listening to the episode with the Drunken Hunter where he was like, we're going to teach that guy a lesson. Wagon, flagon, wagon. Okay, as you're doing that, I imagine this is a good time to make small talk with Zira.
Yes. I'm gonna head. I just closed out of my thing. There it is. Okay. Yeah. So I want to head over to her and say, you and I should go. You and I should go hunting at some point together.
Oh yeah, sure, we can do that.
Do you have much experience?
No, Winter used to just hunt on her own. You know, hunt some rabbits and then bring them back.
That must be a lot easier than. Well, you seem skilled. I've seen that you and Rook will go do some fighting and wrestling and boxing, and you seem like you could do it. But it must be a lot easier to just let the dog do the work for you.
I mean, I could probably throw some darts at something. Ooh, or shuriken.
Oh,
I plenty
I
of
don't
those.
know if I've actually seen one of those in real life.
They're
I
stars,
personally think
but
it'd be
metal.
fantastic. Oh, I personally think it'd be fantastic to have an animal. I've always wanted an animal. So at some point I think I'd like to get one. I don't know if it'd be a horse, but I always thought camels were cool. Maybe it's just because I'm from Oasis and they just seem like really majestic creatures. They probably wouldn't be able to kill anything for me, but you know, I could still maybe ride it and into the woods, so.
I don't know about
Yeah.
that. Have you ever stood behind a horse and unspooked it?
I haven't, because I'm not idiot.
They could kill you.
have not. I suppose that's something I should probably keep in mind.
Oh,
Keep
if
it
you
in
want a
mind and
pet,
don't do it. It's messy.
you try to get a kobold.
Zira, I don't know if I ever have asked you this, but how did you actually come upon Winter? Did you find her, adopt her, or?
She was sent me a present from her parents.
Oh, that's awesome. Was she a puppy? Did you get her
Yeah.
as a puppy?
Just a puppy.
Man, you must have a great relationship with her then. That's getting a puppy and growing up with her and training her.
Yeah, we have been together for 6 years now.
I think it'd be nice. Well, I'm an orphan, so I didn't have parents, right? But it would have been very nice to have a puppy, I think, in the orphanage, but that wasn't allowed. So it's very interesting to hear about people who grew up with pets.
Why wouldn't that be allowed
What?
in the orphanage, or, what's wrong with
Oh, why
animals?
wasn't I allowed? Well, the orphanage, the headmaster and the assistants and everything, they basically implied that it was too much to handle because there's already a bunch of kids around, so they didn't really let us have anything. But I did know a couple of my friends growing up, some of them did keep a couple of, pet rats that they caught, from the walls and stuff. So they would keep those until the headmaster caught them. Other people would just act like they had pets if they saw. There was always like a couple squirrels and stuff that always came in our on our grounds, and we actually started naming them. So they were kind of like pets, but not really.
Yeah, squirrels are cute, but if you get too close, they might bite. They can be aggressive.
Yes, one of my friends did discover that the hard way.
Oh, I've been there.
But it would have been nice to have a normal dog. So it's nice to have Winter along.
Yeah.
But Dirk, I will keep that in mind. I will try to not stand behind horses or camels.
Yeah, anything that big, it's not a good idea to stand back there. They usually kind of kick. I hadn't recalled you were an orphan.
No?
You might have mentioned it, but I had a lot of other things on my mind. Sorry.
Oh, you don't have to be sorry. Everyone always says that. It's not that big of a deal. Like, I've gotten out. I've become a ranger. I'm traveling the world like I wanted to and discovered new people and met new people and places and things, and I'd say that's pretty good. I think the world's a pretty good place.
Did you ever know your original parents?
No, I did not. I obviously I know I'm half elf, but I do not know them. I don't know who was which, and I don't know where they were from. I was just left at the orphanage, so that is something I have thought about looking into at some point in the future here, though. Like, once I kind of travel and finish things up, think that I've seen enough of the world, I want to kind of consider maybe tracking them down.
I never knew my parents either. Not my original parents, anyway. The ones with, the elves. I didn't know we had that in common.
Oh. Well, I didn't either. I guess maybe it's just being a little close-minded. When you grow up in an orphanage, you just assume that if you're not in the orphanage, everyone else in the world has parents.
I've got parents. They're a lovely couple. Actually, they live in Gamut.
Oh, damn. But you said you didn't know your real parents?
Yeah. I never met them. I mean, it was a long time ago now. Something, some odd 9 decades. So, not too worried about it. But sorry, it just struck me. You were talking about yourself. I thought maybe, be like, oh, got something coming I didn't know about. That's interesting.
That's great. See, I knew it'd be great to meet new people, get out and see new things.
Mine were right pieces of crap. Excuse me, hit something in my throat.
Oh, Rook, you're awake. Is that why you were in the fighting pits? Because they treat you better there than your parents did?
That's because that's where they sold me.
So
mine was a bad joke, but yours is worse.
Yes.
Well, they didn't sell me there directly, but once I was sold once, got bounced around a few places for less than, complimentary attitude.
So what made you take up with Cord?
Give me a reason to fight.
Well, you definitely are
live.
good at fighting. So I guess that's one good thing to come out of it, right?
Yep. Yes, it is, and that's why I'm hoping to put my skills to better use than for someone's freaking entertainment.
I mean, pardon my impertinence, but wasn't your reason to fight to survive?
It was. But
yeah.
there was always someone else watching for someone else's, amusement.
Sure, but I meant, why does Cord need to be the reason to fight?
I don't know. It just felt like it helped give me the strength to make it through each battle. Perhaps he enjoyed the show as well.
So it gave you a better reason to fight.
Yeah. A bit of a hope. Something to believe in. A better place to hope that I might end up, should things not go my way.
What do you do now?
I seek to put my strength to better use. To protect people. See if I can right some of the world's wrongs.
Cord's all about honor, glory, and battle, right?
Yes, and I will find many a battle on this path.
I imagine that's true. But I'm now turning my attention to Mahal.
Yeah,
Didn't you say you were looking for glory and battle?
I am. I shamed myself, and so I must find honor again.
Oh, no.
I asked him if he'd be interested in the path of Cord, but he seems rather attached to Morden.
I am.
So how did you lose that honor?
Sorry, what was that?
So how did you lose that honor?
I spilt a drinking horn onto the king.
Is that it?
Yes. As I first spilt the drink, which is a very bad thing, and is on the king on top of that. So I've taken it upon myself for self-exile until I have regained my honor.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I thought it was kind of a joke, but obviously I don't know your culture, so I apologize.
No offense taken. Not many people who don't live in the bigger dwarf cities know it.
Do bigger dwarf cities have bigger mohawks?
This is just a family thing. My grandfather had one, my dad had one, and so I have one.
It's very impressive.
Thank you. I spent a good 30 years growing it.
30 years? My goodness. How do you get it to stand up so straight?
That is where Moradin comes in. Only he knows.
That is impressive.
Scrunch up the dog's face and just say, "It's the blood of his enemies, isn't it?" "Yes, it is."
Narella huffs, rolls her eyes, and says, "Sure, Moradin made your mohawks stand straight up."
Well, I do nothing to it, and it still stands straight up, so something's happening to it.
When's the last time you bathed?
Today is Zaf's day, so been about 4 days.
Oh,
So what wave? Does it just go back up again after?
Yeah. As soon as it's dry, it just shoots back up.
the lad's got magic hair.
I feel like a lot of people would have liked to have some sort of magic hair like you. You should be thankful for that.
I'm very thankful. Every night I thank Moradin for it, and my axe, and for me surviving all these battles.
Oh, I thought you meant you were thanking your axe for your hair. I'm like, that's interesting. Thank Moradin for your axe.
Yes.
No, but see, the hair is more important.
Yes. The hair is the most important thing. It is what marks me as a Belagost.
About a what?
Belagost, it is my family name.
Oh. You ever skinned a deer, Belagast?
It's been a long time, but yes, I think so.
Well, I've never done it. Israel, can you show me how you prepare this meat and make it actually edible?
Of course. So first things first, you need a razor sharp knife, like a really good skinning knife.
Just produce a knife out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. And you start here, go nice straight down the belly, gotta pull out all the innards and stuff.
That smells awful.
Don't cut the intestine. Don't do that.
It feels like... Actually, I can't really compare it to anything I've ever felt before. This is awful.
You really don't want to cut that. It really smells. And it gets my hands.
Yes, and it's a young buck, so you also want to avoid any of the glands that he uses to produce scents to attract females. Don't touch those either. Just try to find them, throw them out. Get rid of it. All of it.
There's just so much more slime and blood than I imagined there'd be.
There is, and I think that's what some people don't understand. I trained to be a ranger because I appreciate the forest and animals, and I appreciate the fact that sometimes they give their lives for us so that we can continue ours. It's just not as simple as people think. So it's definitely an experience, I believe, hunting and getting an animal prepared. You just have to be thankful that they were willing to give their lives for you, and you have to appreciate it and not put anything to waste. That's why I'm trying to make sure that we use everything from this animal. And we'll make sure we tan the hide, and if any of us need it, we can use it. If not, we'll sell it off when we get to, I guess, a bigger city, because Norala, your village they wouldn't need a deer skin, would they?
Probably, if they've got nothing.
Well, currently we do, but I don't think that's a problem if you rescue all of us. I think we had someone for that.
Yes. But anyway, Dirk, this is how you do it.
So what are we gonna do with the skin and all the bits? What do you do with the offal?
We can keep some. We can keep what we are allowed to eat, which won't kill us or make us sick.
That would be the not offal.
Yes, we will. We'll throw that stuff away. We can give it to. We'll just give it to nature. Nature needs its own food back, so we'll give them that, and then the rest of it we can throw into like a haggis type of a thing. You can any sort of a soup. We can do that.
But I mean, like, right now, since we're traveling on this wagon, you're just gonna tie the hide to the side of the thing and hope it doesn't bleed too much?
I guess we'll have to stretch it. I might need to make a tanner thing, easel, whatever they call those things. And then we can just throw it on the back, and it'll be all stretched out, and it'll be attached to the wagon, and it'll be fine. It'll start drying out.
I assume we'll make that out of wood.
Yeah.
Alright.
Frard interjects and says, yes, an easel, that way you can get another painting done of you.
I don't think easel's the right word for it, but I'm sure it has a word. Tanning bird or something like that.
I have one back in my shop. I don't think that's helpful right now.
Unfortunately, no, but good to know. Alright.
You could help us make one, and then we can put the hide on there, and then we can just cook the rest of this meat, or we can salt it and wrap it in some couple layers of clothing and or cloth, and it should be good to go for a few days.
I'd be willing to do it if the price is right.
Would you know?
Yeah. Why don't we start on that? Winter, don't eat any of the meat now, unless it's the awful bits. We're not gonna eat those. I'm trusting you as my first mate not to eat any of the meat that I don't want you to eat, alright? I'm just like pointing right at her snout. I'm gonna take that as a yes. Alright. Let's you and me go grab the supplies that you'll need so that we don't get blood all over our nice Fard's wagon.
Yep, let's do it.
Yeah, so if we don't have the appropriate craft for that, what does anyone have a craft skill?
Let's find out.
I have craft weaponsmith.
It's not nothing.
It's not nothing. Anyone else?
My craft is one of my class skills, but I didn't put any ranks in it.
I have... that doesn't work.
Craft is also marked as a unskilled train, so... Wait,
according to this,
untrained.
you cannot use it if you're untrained.
So it seems like either you're going to see if Mahal can pull off a miracle, or if you can convince Frard to do it without charging you.
Yeah.
We're already paying Fard a ton for this. Well, somebody's paying Fard a ton for this trip. Or we can leave the hide.
We could. Mahal, I have an opportunity for you. Would you prefer to have the tan deer hide when we're done, or do you want me to pull as many rare herbs as I can find during this trip and give them to you?
Are you talking to Mahal or to Frard?
Sorry, to Frard.
Oh,
I thought you were talking to Mahal.
I did say Mahal. I was mistaken.
The herbs offer seems tempting. Yeah, let's go for that.
Okay. I will do my absolute best to find you, as many rare as possible. I can't promise that there will be a bunch there, but I will do my best to get you a good basket or two full.
Okay, there'll be a later time where I'll have you make all the rolls at once.
Okay.
So he goes ahead and shows you how to make one of these skinning racks. Tanning racks, sorry. Skinning rack's a different thing entirely.
Just a little.
Slightly different. It's a different kind of adventure entirely. So, that's taken care of, and the process has started on getting that tanned. He will make sure that no one forgets to do what needs to be done, so I'm not going to make you remember as players. Is there anything else before we head to our tents and call it a night?
I think I'm good.
Okay, are we doing the same order of people going on watch, or are we changing anything?
I'll go first.
Yeah, Cyril will go second.
Okay, while I take the dog outside, you guys make your rolls and let me know what they are when I get back.
Spot and listen.
Yes.
Spot. Do we care what order this goes?
Control 1.
Well, I'm not sure my role is going to be of much help.
Alright, let's see.
Wow. Well, the same thing twice.
Yes! Alright, we're good. Or I'm good at least.
Di wasn't happy today.
That was my last session.
3 of my 4 rolls were in the single digits.
Oof.
What, was it last session or whatever that I'm supposed to be a ranger and I didn't find us any food?
Yeah, you found some nuts and berries.
That's so.
But I mean, like, our druid can make good berries.
Yeah.
I found nuts and berries.
You found us some good berries.
She saved us.
I mean, I would rely on good berries every day of my life, but people like variety of food, so it's nice to have the meat.
I was really hoping I I rolled well for that, because missing a buck wouldn't have been like the end of the world, but that was nice. Yeah, I was trying to think of what we might have with us besides salt. Like, would we have random boxes or jars to put this in, or would it just be like that cloth?
Once it's
that
cured,
cloth?
we can stick it in a sack, and it's fine. It's just
Yeah.
until it's cured, it's a problem.
Yeah.
And that's why I said maybe that there'd be a salt box on the wagon, but I was mostly joking. It's kind of odd to carry a salt box, but if
Yeah.
he cures meat regularly, then sure, he might have a salt box he keeps with him.
Yeah.
That we have one is very convenient.
I am back. So what did we get on our checks?
Terrible.
Yeah.
Oh
I did
no.
good.
Alright, Mahal first. No, wait.
Uh,
Yisrael first.
Am I first?
Weren't you first?
I thought I was first.
Okay, then it's Mahal first. I'm sorry. I forgot.
And just a double check, you said one roll for spot and one for listen?
Yes.
Okay, for spot an 8, listen a 9.
Shoot for the stars. What's next?
I'm next. For spots, I got a natural 1. For listen, I got a natural 20.
Oh.
You're
so-
blind, but you can hear well.
Yeah, so 8 spots, 24 listen.
Okay, 8's not bad. And Israel, were you next?
I think it's just... Is it? I thought there were only 3 of us needed since I don't sleep.
Okay, I didn't know who all was doing it.
I mean, I'm asking Israel at the moment because, like, if they do 2-hour shifts each, then I can take the rest of the night because I just transfer 4 hours.
That is totally fine. I rolled really well, so I have a feeling that it would be equivalent if you took it or not. So.
I mean, if you were if you wanted to be up and paying attention, like, I'm up anyway.
Right.
So I can't stop you from doing a watch.
Actually,
if you want
you know
one.
what? I don't think I did a watch last time.
Okay.
So why don't I do one tonight?
Sure.
And I rolled great anyway, so I rolled listen first. I just went down the list of the skills. So listen was 22, and spot was a 17.
Okay, and that leaves Gaz.
Yeah, I had a 13 on spot, paired with a 19 on listen, and then on my second set, I had a 13 on spot, again, paired with a 6 on listen.
So overall, pretty good numbers. Except for Mahal.
Yeah.
And my 6.
Fortunately, you had help on that.
I hope I didn't miss anything.
Oh, nice, it's raining. In the game, not here.
Oh, it started raining. Cool.
As the music
Can you all
swells.
send me some water at some point here? Like, the desert would really appreciate that.
You're gonna give the desert water?
Yeah, we need it badly, but...
Oh, I'm sorry. You mean actual
No.
Arizona?
I mean in real life. If we're talking about in real life.
Yeah.
Well, it did snow here in Texas last week.
Yeah.
You said that.
Yeah, I was playing D&D and Gina brought me a snowball.
My dad just gave me a post-it note right before that.
Well, I live in a temperate rainforest, so there's plenty of water here.
Well, it is currently raining in the
Yeah.
game, so just get some of that, Bree.
To transmutate it to real life or something. Sure.
Some fantasy word, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay, the only thing that happens is, Zira, as you start your watch, you notice that there's a group of kobolds just sort of sitting 20 feet away from the camp that Mahal didn't seem to notice. They're just sort of sitting there, fascinated by the fire and just sort of looking at the camp while everyone's sleeping. There's 3 of them.
Just gonna look at them. kind of try to try for them to get over to her, like call them forth. They're curious about them. She's curious about them too. So.
Okay. Tell me what you're going to say to them.
Do you like the fire? Do you want to come closer?
One of them says, "Fire?
Fire. She's gonna point out the fire.
Fire hot! Fire hot!
Fire is hot and you shouldn't touch it.
Fire hot! No touch! No touch fire! Fire hot!" Everyone else is currently sleeping. Tell me what your listen modifiers are.
Wait, we should have those now.
I mean, if you don't, it's your wisdom.
I have none.
It's a +4.
It's a +0.
I believe mine's +2.
Gaz, you
+4.
startle awake because you hear some yapping.
Yeah.
It
I
sounds
imagine that I'm trancing, so it's without even opening my eyes, like, what's going on over there?
it sounds like a combination
Sorry,
of a
I'm
dog
back.
yapping and a person talking. Isra, what is your listen modifier?
My listen modifier is a 6.
Okay, you also are abruptly snapped out of your slumber because you hear with the combination of a dog yapping and words being said, and it's fire hot, no touch fire, fire hot.
A genius.
I guess I'm gonna stand up and grab my scimitar and kind of look around like, wait, what's going on?
Are you leaving your tent?
Yes, sorry. Outside my tent, draw my scimitar and be like, what's going on?
3 kobolds see you come out of your tent with your scimitar. They yelp and then run away. They were chilling
That's
with
not what I meant.
Zira. No,
I
it's
was
too
having
late.
a conversation, kind of.
It's too late. They're gone.
I didn't mean to scare them. You know what? I'll try to find a way to make it up to them. If we see any more kobolds in the future, I'll give them a nice shiny copper coin.
Aw.
I think they like our fire.
Oh, well, let's okay. Next time it happens, I will stand back.
I don't think it's wise to give them things like the coin.
I'm assuming.
You just hear a voice coming from the tent that Dirk had gone into.
No. I'll make sure. I'll stand back next time.
And the stories say that they're scavengy. That if you give them something, they're gonna keep coming after you for more.
But if we give the does that mean we want them to sit around the fire with us?
I mean, they're kind of cute.
I'm going to put my scimitar back and be. I'm just gonna go back to my tent and be like, okay.
You hear a voice from the wagon where Frod is sleeping. He calls out, "Are we having a party tonight?"
Get some sleep.
Yeah, I'm trying. The rest of the night, Sorry, go ahead.
No, that was just here.
The rest of the night is uneventful. Everyone rolled high enough that if it was anything happening, it did not... how do I say it? If there had been anything happening, they would have noticed. Sorry, that's what I was going to say. So now it's morning. Everyone's well rested. You know, Winter has her cuddle buddy with the peasant girl. And it's time to travel. I'm going to roll for weather because it was raining last night and it's all wet.
That's gonna make the road all slip and slidey.
Slip and slidey?
Winter smelly again.
I mean, if what we're riding on even counts as a road.
It is not raining, that's good news.
Nice.
This is the day that we're going to be clearing the hills and heading towards the river. Is there anything that anyone wants to accomplish today? Or any conversations they want to have, or any trades they want to try to hone? Or any particular skills?
You said that he will remember, Frard will remember the herbs promise, and I will roll for that later, correct?
He's going to make sure that no one forgets to maintain the hide that is tanning.
Okay, so because he wants herbs, should I roll right now to?
I'll have you do all the rolls
available.
When it's time for you to give him the herbs. That's when I'll have you do all the rolls.
Okay, that's what I was asking. Okay, yep.
I'm going to be maintaining my training in dancing and sneaking and creeping.
Creeping. Do the creep.
Ah.
I will read up on my religion, if possible.
Ooh, do you have any scrolls or anything that you're reading from?
I don't have anything written down like that, but I could have picked something up like that in the last town had I thought of it. I did go to the library. Although in search for something else.
You did go to the library, so you do have something you can read up on Cord. It's not much, but it's something.
Actually, I did forget. I'm trained in craft as a Fletcher. Is there any way I can start, making more arrows?
Yes, go ahead and make a craft check.
Alright. I don't have a super high modifier, so let's see what happens here. Damn. Rolled a 19, I have a 1, got a 20.
Yeah, you just, over the course of the day, managed to make yourself 10 arrows.
Sweet. Okay.
Are they going to have fletching similar to the Drunken Huntsman? What was his name?
Oh, what was his name again?
I forget. I was just remembering the last time you used that skill, you were memorizing fletching.
Right. In memory of the Drunken Huntsman.
the representative of the so-called Great Hunt.
Mm-hmm. Who we taught how to properly hunt and care for animals, so...
Well, now I'm imagining if you use his fletching, the next time you see Alex's druid, he's going to assume that you're now in cahoots with the hunters.
I mean, that's fair. I'll just do it right now because my character, that's what she'd do. She'd be like, oh, that guy, we taught him stuff. That was nice. Yeah,
that was a good experience. You taught him how to utilize nature more efficiently, exactly like you did yesterday.
Yeah.
Anyone else have anything they want to work on? I do want to remind people who have been in the game a while and tell the newer players that I do grant temporary benefits during the course of a level that will expire when you get a new level, but are along the lines of what I expect you might be working towards and rewards for things you do in the story, like temporary bonus on Listen, for example. It's an incentive to roleplay that your character is trying to learn things.
Just gonna have Mahal clean and polish up his axe because he likes weaponsmithing.
Oh yeah, it's a good thought. Anyone else got anything they want to do today? Conversations, tasks, things they want to learn?
Sierra's going to rummage through her book, looking over what she's written down. Great water, that's useful.
Oh, the book. Can you tell us some of your favorite entries from the book? What are some of the things that you've written recently? I'm curious.
Right. She has written about the journey, I guess. The kobolds they came across. She made names for a few of them.
That's adorable. I love it.
Maybe we'll see them again.
If anyone else is looking at Sierra while she's reading the book, I guess you could. If anyone is proficient in knowledge arcana, I guess they could roll.
Definitely not me.
Knowledge of what?
Arcana.
Oh, crap. Nope. Not me.
Yeah, Zero's the caster of the group.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing.
Okay, by the time we reach our destination, I'm going to grant some temporary bonuses. Let's see. Dirk, what were you doing? You were dancing and being Heidi, right?
I was dancing and practicing my hide and move silently.
I'm going to give you a +1 on both of those. Hide and move silently until you level up.
Alrighty.
Mahal, you get a +1 to hit until you level up.
Aha.
Zira, you were doing something magical. Is it anything that you want the group to know, or do you want to just send me a message about it?
I guess I can send you a message.
Okay, Rook, what were you were reading, so I'm going to give you +2 on smite damage.
Alright. Cool.
I could have given you some sort of religion bonus, but I don't think that's going to be relevant.
Okay.
And then, Isra, what were you doing again?
I was crafting, fletching.
Right, so you got your bonus, you got your arrows.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
I'm assuming I was probably also looking for herbs, but we're rolling for that later, so.
Yes, I will also give you a +2 on your next craft check.
Oh, okay.
Or essentially, yeah, for now, your next one, and we'll see you after that.
Okay.
So now that I've acted as Santa, the day has waned and we are at the river village. Isn't that pretty?
Oh, so pretty. Too bad everyone's gone.
Yeah. It seemed like the natural place to go since you get across the river anyway, and you can do some investigation if you want to. Narala, she is going to head towards her house and tidy some things up. She's very quiet today. So is there anything anyone wants to do? We still have about an hour of daylight.
I want to follow Neral and ask her, probably while she's tidying things up in her home, where the orcs settled into their encampment. What direction from here?
So right here is the camp. You'll see it in a few seconds. And south of that is the what people call the Orc Badlands, or the Badlands. There's a whole region south of here that are the Free Plains and the Badlands, and between there are various tribes of various races that travel. The Badlands are the primary location that all the different orc tribes will travel, looking for food, looking for water. The tribe that abducted her family, she had told you before that they were near her village about a year ago, and then they left, or maybe it was 6 months ago, and they left, and they came back recently. The only encounter that they've had in that time was demanding of food, and then right before she left her home to come and find you, or come and find anyone, was when they came and just straight up said, okay, we need slaves, so you're our slaves. So they've got to be somewhere in a certain radius south of the river, near the village.
Alright, well, if we know that, then I would shift my questioning to, do we have to ford the river, or is there a bridge? And if so, once we're across, what do the orc tribesmen that we're looking for dress like? How will we identify them as from the right tribe?
Are you asking Narala?
Yes.
Okay, I figure it makes sense for there to be a bridge, plus there's one in the picture, so that makes sense to use it.
Okay.
As far as how you'll know, she's fairly certain that they have a distinguishing emblem, like that she thinks the orc tribes use some sort of banner, and she doesn't, off the top of her head, remember what the banner of that tribe is, but she would recognize it if she saw it.
You seem convinced that these were the same orcs that had troubled you a year past. So there must have been something about them, this banner. Was it an animal? Was it, a letter? Was it a word?
She believes it was some kind of animal, perhaps with something else on there, like a color.
I have a question.
Go for it.
Would I be allowed... Well, not that I'm not allowed, but I would like to just kind of search around the village to see if there was anything that they left. Like, during the raid and all that.
Okay, you're thinking that you've got some sort of clue that was intentionally left behind.
Yeah, and, like, I have, like, knowledge of nature and geography, so I would know if something wasn't, like, from that area, or I could just do a search, like, anything like that.
Okay, make the check.
Which check?
Search check. Or more than one.
Search. Okay. Well, it is a search, so let's do search. Oh, no. Okay, I rolled a 9. My search is a +3, so 12?
Okay, make 2 more.
Oh, okay. The same search?
Yes, make 3 total.
Okay. The second roll was an 11, not counting my +3. The third roll was also an 11, not counting +3.
I'm setting up a poll so people can vote on what you found.
Interesting.
I'm guessing if we're in the party, we shouldn't vote.
Anyone can vote. You're even allowed to spend bits or channel points to vote again. I just wanted to see if it was fun. Reminds me of when I was running a D&D game off my Twitter, which I should do again.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I see it. Oh, look at
the
that.
vote is split
Okay,
between
interesting.
alive and dead body.
Oh, no.
I will weigh this in my favor, gosh darn it.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
all right,
Okay. After about half an hour of searching, you come across a house where you hear the front door slam as you're approaching it.
I'm gonna go up to that front door and knock on it and say, "Hello, we're here to help you. Are you okay? Someone in there?"
There are no slaves here.
Oh, I'm not looking for slaves. I'm looking for survivors. I want to help you.
His voice sounds somewhat craved. Craved isn't the word. Crazed. Sorry. Hoarse. He's kind of lost it. He says, "I'm not going to let the orcs take me with them. No, go away."
Oh, it's okay. I will leave you alone if you want me to, but we do have some good supplies out here. We have some deer meat out here that we've cured. If you want, you can come join us.
You're not tricking me, orc.
My name is... I'm not an orc. My name's Israel. I am a half-elf, and I am from Oasis. We've traveled a long ways. We also know your friend, Nrala.
Make a diplomacy check.
Oh, crap.
He's just gonna think we captured him.
Yeah,
Captured Nrala.
I'm doing my best here. We'll see what happens.
It's fine. If this doesn't go well, I'm gonna sneak in there.
I rolled an 11. I have a +2, so 13?
You don't hear an answer.
Do I hear this going on?
Anyone who wants to hears it since it's so loud.
Alright, then I'd like to go over and try my hand at this.
I will also join them.
I'm sneaking into this house.
I'm really new at interacting with people, guys.
Just sort of pat you on the shoulder. No, it
I'm
was a
gonna
good job.
I'm gonna shout, kind of shout towards the guy, not really shout. I think I'm too short to be an orc.
Still no answer.
Stormtrooper.
Come on, we're here to help you. We just need to know where those orcs went so that we can chase them down.
Hey, Dirk, guess what? I need you to do an open lock check.
Whee! Open lock. Oh, jeez. A 19?
You open the lock of the back door.
Woohoo! I'm hide and move silently as I go through here.
First open lock check of the campaign.
Yeah, I finally get to be roguish type person.
Make those checkity checks.
Alright. Well, my hide wasn't spectacular. It was a 10 minus 2, 8. It was a 10. And my move silently, however, was a 25.
Wow.
So I'm visible, but he doesn't hear me coming.
Your move silently check allows you to get as close as you want to this person before he's going to invariably spot you.
Okay. I want to know what he's doing as I approach him.
He's sitting with his back to the door, and he's rocking with his hands around his legs, his arms around his legs.
Okay.
That's a little sad.
I'm gonna like move up, like out, so like move around the room such that I stay mostly out of his line of sight, and then I'm gonna like crouch down right near him, and I'm gonna like tap him with the flat of one of my daggers, and say, "So what are we doing in here?"
Okay, that's what you want to do.
That is what I want to do.
As you are nearing him, he looks up and sees you, and starts, but doesn't move. He just starts to, his breath becomes more jagged, and his eyes are bugging out, and he doesn't want you to harm him.
So as soon as he spots me, very obviously, I'm just gonna immediately crouch down, like make myself smaller, and hold eye contact as best I can with him and say, "So what are we doing here?"
Please don't let the orcs get me.
There aren't any orcs here right now.
What are you?
I'm an elf.
Your ears are pointy, you're an orc.
I'm an elf.
I don't know what an elf is.
How do you not? No, sir, there are no orcs in the village right now. Everyone was already taken, and we want to get them back.
What's your name?
I'm Lance. What's yours?
Sounds like orc mischief to me.
My name sounds like orc mischief to you?
Wait, Lance? Do I need to change the cast list now?
Yes. Why would I ever make your job easy?
Do the rest of us hear this? Wait, did he say Lance?
I think it's a hushed conversation, so you would have to make a listen check.
Yeah.
Mahal doesn't care enough about people's names. Just honor.
I will actually, if you're okay with that, take you up on that listen check, because I actually wanted to try to reach this guy, and I'm curious as to see what Dirk's doing.
Nobody knows I'm inside. Just hear him talking.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just at the front door like, what's going on? Like, is he okay? Like, is this guy okay? Like...
Definitely not.
You're the closest person. Make that listen check.
Okay. Ah, shit. Well, I rolled a 5, but I have a +6, so I did an 11?
Okay, you hear that there is a conversation happening. You're hearing his voice, and you can hear that he is not talking to you.
Okay.
He is not sharing his name with you, Lance.
Yep.
He's willing to listen to you if you make a diplomacy check.
Okay. I'm super good at diplomacy. Yep. That's an 18.
Nice.
It's very lucky. I have crap for diplomacy.
Lance, you said...
Yes. I'm here with a group of fighters. We were fetched by a woman named Narala. She wants
good
us
girl,
to...
good girl.
She wants us to find the other villagers and bring them back. They were supposedly enslaved by some orcs.
Narala was such a sweet girl. It's a shame.
What's a shame?
That she's a slave now.
Well, the Narala I spoke to is not.
He's having a hard time processing, but he's gonna catch up, because unlike the inebriated characters that I play, he's actually comprehending what you're saying.
I'm going to fish in my backpack for my water skin and offer it to him and say, "Would you like a drink of water?"
He accepts it handily.
I can always get more. Now, I would like to take you outside to talk to my friends. Are you comfortable with that?
Can you send Narala in for me to talk to her? I need to know that she's okay.
Fine. I'm going out the front door, though.
No, don't let the orcs in! There's orcs out there.
There's no orcs out there. Fine, I'll go out a way the orcs don't know about. I'm gonna go back out the back door.
Before you leave, as you're turning, he springs and wants to grab your shirt to shout something to you. Will you sidestep him?
No, I'm not going to do anything sudden if it doesn't look like he's trying to injure me. If he looks like he's just trying to grab me, I can probably handle that if it goes sideways.
I'm sure you can. He grabs you and shouts, "Don't go out there! There's orcs! They will enslave you! The orcs! They got everyone!"
I'm going to like grab one of his wrists that's holding on to me. I'm just going to like smile very gently, and I'm going to hold up my dagger and just let it like twist it until like whatever light is in here like reflects across his face to get his attention with it, and say, "I can handle orcs."
He looks at your weapon and he nods slyly like, "Yes, I can see." He holds his finger up to his lips, and then he waits for you to leave.
I just nod, get him to let go of me, and then I'm going to go out the back door the way I came, go around to the front, say, "Well, we've got a bit of a pile of crazy in there."
well, is now out here, it looks like.
Rook's gonna just start miming, trying to, estimate the size. Little crazy, a lot of crazy.
What's going on over here?
There's a man inside this house, a survivor of the raid, and he wants to speak to Narala.
Where?
Narala, there's someone alive here. Not enslaved.
Narala springs out of her house and comes running over and says, "Did you say you found a survivor?"
I did. Well, they did. He talked to him.
Over there.
The man won't tell me his name.
"In this house?" She points.
If she's pointing at the right one, then I nod.
Yes, she's right.
I can take you in the back way.
Yes, do what you think is best.
He's very shook up, so I'm going to stay nearby in case he does something unexpected.
When you lead her into the back door, she calls out quietly, "Rowan?" And there's not an answer for a moment. So she calls out again, "Rowan? Is that you?" And then you hear him say, "Narala?" She says that she wants to talk to him alone.
I feel it might not be safe for me to leave. I'd like to be nearby.
Very well, but stay in this room.
Fine.
What you can make out from their conversation is they're, at the very least, acquaintances.
Mm-hmm.
They live pretty close to each other, a few houses over. She doesn't know him that well, but they know each other. Yes, that's how you would spell it. They're acquainted. He is in his late 30s. He's a friend of her father's. And that's all you really kind of gathered from the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
She's convinced him that she has brought the heroes who are going to save the village, and that's all he needs to hear. So he allows you to come back in the room.
Okay. So I'm just sort of gonna, walk in, looking a little tired, and say, "So, can we go out and speak with the others now? I'm sure they're curious as to what's going on."
He stands up when you enter the room and salutes you.
"Yeah, that's not necessary. My name is Lance, and I'm here to help."
"This is one of the heroes?" Narala says,
No, not heroes. We are mercenaries.
Mercenary sounds a lot less safe.
Safe as long as you got the money.
What if the orcs pay you?
That'd be a problem, wouldn't it?
He turns to Narala and says, I'm not so sure I want them helping us.
I mean, I'm not saying anything.
Right. Narala's not quite sure what to say either, because she's been trying to make the argument you're heroes and you're going to help, and then you keep making the counter-argument that you're mercenaries, and now he's actually intimidated by the word mercenary.
That's fine with me.
Am I still listening? Can I make another listen check?
Sure, yes.
Maybe I hear this going on. Shit.
Fact of the matter is, I've
Yeah,
got
no.
friends who intend to help Narala by helping the other villagers out front.
That was a 2, so that's an 8.
Okay, no.
Yep, okay. I tried.
Is there anyone else nearby who wants to try?
I'll try. I don't have any
Just like
bonuses.
3 people with their head glued to the door. I don't
So
hear
far, only
anything.
2.
Does a 2 do anything?
It does the opposite of anything.
Awesome.
You hear your own breathing and heartbeat.
No, I don't even hear that.
I'm going to roll for Winter. She's interested.
What?
Winter got an 18 on listen. She doesn't understand, but she wants to know.
Yeah, her ears are up and she's whining.
Winter, what did I say?
She's just whining. Her tail's kind of moving a little bit.
Yes, they're talking.
Narala, can we move this outside? I'm sure there's at least 2 of them by the door that'll fall in once you open it, and I want to see that.
Are you asking Narella to open the door? I'm sorry.
I'm asking Narala to move the conversation out to the rest of the party.
Well, she's trying to convince him that you're not going to side with the orcs the moment they pay you.
Look, I'm a mercenary. That means I don't do things for free, but I'm not going to help slave traders.
Okay, that helps. So now they are going to come outside. He is cautious, but he's going to sit down on his front porch.
I want to know if those 2 fall in as soon as the door opens.
That's a good question.
Oh no.
Interesting.
So
They were failing
Winter-
their perception checks.
Winter was not leaning against the door, but I would like to get a dexterity roll from Isarel.
Crap. Okay.
Yeah, I was listening also.
Oh, then you too.
Dexterity?
Do you mean balance?
Dexterity.
Okay.
Alright, I rolled a 12 and my modifier's 2, so 14.
Roll a 15 plus my mod is 17.
Okay, sorry, Tristan.
That's okay. So they stand up, and straighten up and move away from the door when it opens.
I recover my balance very quickly and I smile.
I'm gonna precede them out to the rest of the group and just say, his name's Rowan, and he wants us to help him with the orc problem.
Oh, okay.
Are we already helping people with the orc problem?
He's another person who will benefit from us helping with the orc problem.
Ah.
You're not the sharpest axe in the shed, are you?
Me?
No. But he has the sharpest axe in our shed.
You bet I do.
He's
That
the
is-
only axe. That's not really much to go off
It's fine. Just go talk to him. Go.
You're gonna turn to Rowan and go, see? I'm too short to be an orc.
Yes, I see that.
The man didn't know what an elf was.
Oh, so it probably didn't help when I told you that I was a half-elf.
What is a half-elf? Which half of you is the elf?
That is a very good question, sir, and even
the
I
left
don't
leg
know
and
that.
the right leg.
My friends are more than willing to tell you, though. It's fine.
He turns to them. Which half of her is an elf?
It's the left leg, the right arm, and her head.
He straight up believes you.
I just
Yep.
shake my head.
Yep, you see that side? It's a little bit longer and taller than the other side.
In any event, we need some information if you've got it, Rowan. We need to be able to find the orcs that took your people.
He takes a deep breath. Very well.
We understand that there are several tribes of orc that wander the Badlands to the south, so we need to make sure that we're going after the right ones. Do they have some kind of symbolism or marking that would identify them to us?
Yes, I believe the orc tribes use banners to identify each of the tribes.
Okay, what does this banner look like? I happen to have a chance cube.
Derek, I don't know who the lady behind him is. This is a drawing I got off Google.
It's his late wife.
Maybe he's remembering his late wife, or he's remembering his beloved who was enslaved. Enslaved.
Enslaved.
He, according to this roll, knows exactly what's on that banner. It is the emblem of a badger with a background of red.
Alright. That's something that we can identify and deal with. Rowan, do you know about how many people were taken? 12, 2 dozen, more?
Somewhere around 30.
Alright. A little bit more than 2 dozen. And I know you've probably not seen their full contingent, but any idea how big their number is, the orcs?
He's thinking he's going to take a little bit of time for him to try and get details. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and make camp, and you go ahead and make one more diplomacy check.
17! I'm just on fire with diplomacy today.
Sweet. So he's trying to recall all the information you need. Is anyone else doing anything as we set up camp?
I'm good.
I'd be checking the other houses for more survivors.
Sarah would look for something other than meats in the wilderness, outside of the village, I suppose.
You're foraging?
Yeah.
Make your survival roll real quick.
17.
Okay, you have found enough food for you and 2 others. That, combined with all those rations, means we're pretty much set. Let's go ahead and have Rook do a search check.
Yep, that's what I expected. Big ol' plus to it. So I rolled a 10, and I got a 10.
Wait, I thought you had a +2.
No, I was being sarcastic.
Oh, gotcha. With a 10. Well, you did not find any survivors. What you see is that people were in the middle of their days and you were just suddenly rounded up.
Alright, I imagine some doors are like busted off their hinges, broken.
A few of
stuff
them, yes.
All the places, alright.
The reason not all of them are is it seems like a lot of them were out working when it happened. Anything else, Rook?
No, I think I'll do it. Like, I'll go back to the group and tell them that I've found, basically nothing.
From there, the information, it was Lance. You wanted to know how large this particular clan of orcs is?
Yes.
They are Clan Blood Badger. At least that's how it translates in common. Rowan tells you that he's certain that it sounds much more menacing and orcish, but that's what he's heard is that they translate it as Clan Blood Badger.
Blood Badger seems plenty threatening enough.
I mean, badgers are nasty.
So, any clue how many they might number?
He believes it's somewhere in the range of 100 to 200. And that includes the women and younglings.
Okay.
If anyone thinks that's kind of an odd thing to say, that he's saying including the women and it's orcs, it's because he doesn't know much about other races.
And, we'll find them south of the river.
Yes. The last he knew, they were heading straight south.
Straight south. So they weren't trying to make for Oasis.
No, they were heading straight south, possibly even a little bit to the southeast.
And that was 2 weeks ago. 3, almost.
Let me look at the map real quick.
I got it right, it was Oasis. I was doing that from memory.
Yeah.
I mean, you told us that it took her...
It was about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Triangle.
Yep. That's what you did. I'm surprised that there weren't any mercs in Averin, but I guess they weren't like
Well,
us.
she was looking for heroes.
She was looking for mercenaries who were bad at negotiation.
She was looking for mercenaries who are bad at negotiation, it's true.
Rowan can give you one more piece of information. He believes that with the size of the clan, that they generally they don't travel too terribly quickly. When they set up a camp, they're usually there for about a week or more.
So they could have changed camps up to 3 times by now.
Yes. Anywhere from 1 to 3 times.
Mm-hmm. Well, then... I'm just gonna, crouch down and put a hand on his knee and just say, then we're just gonna have to cross our fingers. We'll do our best and look for him. But that's a lot of ground to cover.
Rook. Narella has approached you because she needs some reassurance that this is all going to go okay and her family's going to be okay. And you seem like the sturdy individual she can come to for that.
I need someone to lie to me. I'm going to the Paladin.
Oh, boy.
She developing a crush?
No. Didn't say that.
He's the one who tried to make her feel better when she was crying back in Gamut, so she's seeing all of this and seeing Rowan has brought back emotions, and he's the first person that she's come to, hoping that he can make her feel better just through his magical words. His diplomacy checks.
My diplomacy checks were BAMF against Rowan. Anyway.
Alright. What seems to be the matter?
She doesn't bring up that Lance almost said that the orcs would pay them to switch sides, but she does express concern about she's worried that her parents might already be dead, and she wants you to tell her that it's all going to be okay.
You will do everything in our power to make sure everyone makes it back safe and sound.
Do I have your word? Is there some sort of Paladin Oath you can give me?
Pinky promise.
Let me check the details of my oath to be exact.
Yeah, what was your oath? I don't think I've seen it since you wrote it.
I am pulling it back up. I have it stored on my phone.
For anyone who has joined us and doesn't know much about Rook's oath, as far as I understand, it was just before episode 1 of the campaign, Rook had made his oath to Cord to become a paladin.
If you want to hear my oath, then you shall. It is by my oath that I will fight for the honor and glory of Cord, proving his might in the defense of the weak and helpless. And this is how I shall do it. My strength will be unrelenting until I fall, or they surrender. I must be strong, but not use my strength for wanton destruction. I must never fear to act, but be brave and scorn cowardice in any form, though caution is wise. I must provide help to the weak, that they may grow strong if they are not an enemy, if they're not my enemy or an enemy of Cord. And I must prove my might in battle to win glory and renown. So by that first and last line, I will do what I can to help save and protect your people.
Now make that diplomacy check. with what appears to be the highest charisma in the entire group.
Well, I rolled poorly. So let me see what I got.
You put ranks in that stuff, right?
Oh yeah, it's max ranked.
There you go.
So I have a +9. I got a 13.
Yeah, I promise.
No, 13 was not a bad roll, especially at a low-level encounter like this. She's convinced...
It's not a bad result, but it was a bad roll.
She's convinced, and she sits down next to you and is silent.
I guess if she's sitting next to me, I might try and put my arm around her or something, try to comfort her a little.
She seems taken... she's confused, but she does not stop you. She doesn't punch you.
Yeah, I think that would hurt her more than me.
Because you're wearing armor. Okay, anyone else have anything they want to do?
Go get Frard and get the wagon ready to cross that bridge.
Yeah, sounds good. We can go to the morning if you want.
Yeah?
Okay. In the morning, I want to make sure that we do one more thing before we call it a night. It involves killing of things. But in the morning, I need to know... so we're going to do some tracking. I would like some survival checks from anyone who might have some tracking skills.
Ooh.
Let's go ahead and have Winter do some tracking as well, because I believe he has a scent ability.
Winter should have a scent ability, yeah.
Sorry, she.
Sorry, survival?
Yes. Go ahead and do those tracking checks. Does anyone else have tracking? Like, does Zira have it, or anyone else?
Gosh.
Sierra is has proficiency, so, has points in survival, so...
I rolled. It's not great.
Okay, what did you get with your survival?
A 2, and I have a +5, so only 7.
Okay, and let's do a roll for Winter with the scent ability.
The 13.
Oh, that's really good. Winter's nose is leading you southeast. The trail ends by about noon. Weather is nice and clear. It's a pleasant day. Rowan has not come with you, by the way. There was no convincing him to leave the village, which he feels he needs to protect.
And I doubt there was any attempt to convince him to leave either.
If there had been, it wouldn't have worked, because he really thinks he needs to protect the village. Even if it doesn't make sense, that's what he needs to do. After afternoon, when the trail goes cold, you just continue to head in the direction you believe that you're supposed to be going. You do, by the late evening, find signs of there had been a camp not far from here, and it was a few weeks ago. At this point, Frard kind of thinks he needs to not go any farther.
That cheap bastard.
Well, first off, you only paid him to take you to the river village, but more importantly, he did not come to fight orcs.
That's fair.
Like, no doubt he would do fine, but he doesn't want to risk it.
Then stay here in the river village and keep those two company until we come back.
Oh, well, Narala's with you.
Stitcher. No.
It's just like this slow head turn like toward her, like, oh yeah, you're here. Wait.
Yeah, remember, she's determined to take on the camp herself if she has to.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. Honestly, I'd recommend you stay in the village and wait for us to return. Best case scenario.
Give me a big stick, and I will make myself useful.
No, you'd get yourself killed. No one wants to see that.
Are you trained to fight with a big stick?
We're going.
You could train me.
There's not enough time. It takes many time to train.
we're going to do everything in our power to avoid fighting, because that's going to result in people dying, and probably either us or her villagers. We don't
If you want to try to convince her to go back, you can make a check of some kind.
Can I make a diplomacy check?
Yes. And bear in mind, I'm always adding modifiers of some kind whenever we have circumstances that have those modifiers.
Okay. 26.
Wow. And what's the gist of your argument for her to go home?
That she's going to get herself and her village killed if she comes along.
Or us. I would add to that your extreme emotion on the subject is going to make dealing with them much harder from every aspect.
I will go up to Neral and say, look, I have a big stick. It is my beloved longbow. It will work just fine. I can take your place and you can stay here.
She says, all right, but promise me you'll bring my family home.
You've got nothing better to do than that.
If it comes to combat, then I'll whack someone on the head for you.
Hopefully it won't come to combat, but if it does, it certainly makes things easier for us to have one less person to worry about.
So it's been about 4 days. At the beginning of the 5th day, so we're at the 10th of Obed. I'll take care of it later, because it's time to kill some orcs, because you, on the morning, see off in the distance, with the keenest eyes of the group, that there is an orc patrol, or scouting party of some kind, maybe even a hunting party, but it is 4 orcs who are sneaking around trying to find something or another, and they have not spotted you.
We haven't been spotted. We know where they are. They appear to be flying the banner that we're looking for.
No indication they're from the tribe you're looking for.
Okay. I'm gonna, stop the party, say, alright, why don't I sneak a little bit closer and make sure that this is the tribe we're looking for before we do anything else. I'll come right back. Hide! 15. Move silently. 10. Wow. This die is, all over the place today.
So 15 and 10, you said?
Yeah. Switch to this die.
And what was the 10?
That was the move silently.
Okay, thanks to the terrain, you get a bit of a bonus. I'm going to show you the map real quick.
Okay.
Those little teddy bears are orcs.
Okay.
And you're coming in from the upper left. So I want to know, with your 15 and hide, do you want to be near a tree or something, or just sort of in the grass?
I would stick near something that gives me a little bit better cover. So, a tree. And then if I have, if I need to get closer to see any banners, then I would just get real low to the ground and try and move among the scrub.
Okay, which tree would you like to be near?
Give me that one that's, it's in the second vertical column from the left, and it's the second one down.
Like
column
there?
Of trees. Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, you are well hidden. If there was a chance that they would have heard you if they were up close, it might have happened, but you're far away enough, and the terrain is sparse enough that you did not tip them off.
Okay, so I want to, look real close for this banner. Any banners.
Okay, make a spot check.
20.
You don't see the banner, but you do see that the one in the center here has a bit of red as it's a piece of cloth hanging from his belt that's red.
Does this appear to just be a patrol, or are we getting close to an encampment?
Make another spot check.
15.
It seems like it might be a patrol. It could also be a scouting party looking for something in particular.
And I don't, from here, see anything on the scrub that looks like it might be a group of tents or buildings or temporary housing.
Not here, no.
I'm going to return to the party.
Okay, I'll leave this up, but go ahead and relay to the party.
All right, I get back to the party, I say. From what I can tell, it's just either a patrol or a scouting party. I don't see any buildings, temporary or otherwise, from here. And the only indicator I have that these might be the people we're looking for is that the guy who seemed to be in charge had some red in his armor. So I don't know for certain if this is the right people, but I do know for certain this isn't where the villagers are being held. We need to keep looking.
Do we just ignore them?
We don't really want to start trouble now. If we can slip past and get in closer to wherever they're staying without killing any of their patrols, it's certainly going to be better for us in the long run, especially if we need to talk to them.
Well, if you think that they might be of the tribe we're looking for, we could try and follow them. Wait for them to turn back and follow back to camp.
It's not a bad idea. Except it would take more time, potentially. We don't know if they're long-range scouts, and they wouldn't be returning tonight. I don't know anything, really. I wasn't able to get any information more than what I've said.
Sounds too risky.
It's a bit risky, yeah. Of course, if I just popped up and started talking to them, they could attack. I don't know. If they're...
If we're going to do that, let's have me do the talking, as I have a bit thicker armor than most.
Oh, squares.
Yeah, sorry about the hexes.
It's okay. I was just like, I hope it doesn't stay hexes. I was just mostly crossing my fingers over here.
Okay, make some checks, party.
I guess.
I mean,
Okay.
unless somebody has an objection, it's a decent suggestion.
We're sneaking, like following them, right?
Yes, I need spot and I need hide from all of you, including Winter.
Oh no.
I didn't think about that. My armor is somewhat loud.
Okay, I got a 19 for spot and a 23 for hide because I rolled a 15 on both.
We find this.
And spot. Or spot? Okay.
How does a -3 for hide and a 18 for spot sound?
Deadly.
Mine was almost opposite of that. For my hide, I had 25, and for my spot, I had 9.
Beat my hide. You only beat my hide because I'm wearing armor.
Let's see. Spot is 16. Hide, due to armor check penalties, is 0.
23.
Don't make me say it.
Let's see.
I
Sierra
failed.
got 19 on hide. And Winter got 22, natural 20. 20 plus 2.
I got technically a -3, but I don't think the roll's technically going to negatives. So
I got 0. Exactly 0.
yeah, my base roll is just a 2. So
Yeah, my hide was 25.
Yeah, I captured them all in that chat message I just sent. 23, 25, 19, 22, 0, -3. The -3 is gonna kill us. Hey, Sarah, what was your spot?
It was bad. It was 9.
9, right? Rook, what was your spot?
16.
16. That's a 49. 16. My fingers are in the wrong spot. What did the wolf get?
Winter?
Winter got to 18. Sierra got 10.
10.
Okay, we're going to pick up next session with the whatever plan it is that you're going to have to liberate the slaves of the camp.
Alright. I'm just going to propose my plan now so people can mull it over. How about I challenge the leader to a duel?
I mean,
Think they go for that?
All of who?
is that even how their groups work?
yeah,
Don't know.
We'll call that Plan C.
I'd say let's move it down to Plan H.
Plan A is going to be, we're going to see if it's possible to sneak them out of here. Plan B is going to be, we try to talk to them. Plan C is going to be, we try your plan, which will hopefully mean we don't have to kill a whole lot of orcs.
And Plan D is we go in guns a-blazing.
Yeah, and die
What's a
in a
gun?
blaze of not what I would call glory.
Yeah.
And speaking of Plan D, does anyone know what a gun is?
No.
Talking about that crazy.
I think it's time for a
Gunpowder
meteor to fall out of the
stuff.
sky and smite a certain dwarf. Oh wait, wrong DM.
No paradox here.
Yeah, meta talk aside, that's the end of episode 12. And we're going to commence next week with said possibly not pro bono liberation in whatever fashion that you see fit. Thanks so much to everyone for coming out.
Lance has the best voice so far.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Yusarel, sorry about scaring off the kobolds. Bye.
Fire hot!
Step on off.